saw a Facebook post yesterday. A friend wrote, she writes, sitting in yet another doctor's appointment. The appointment was set for 9. I've been waiting here 30 minutes and there's no one else here. Hashtag, my time is valuable too. It struck me that she wrote, hashtag, my time is valuable too. And she does happen to be a Jewish professional, but I don't think she was even thinking of the connection with that feeling and this Torah portion about our time being valuable. And maybe if she sees the video of this later on, she'll know. I don't want to embarrass her. I won't tell you her name, but it got me thinking about appointments. And I bet that feeling of sitting in the doctor's office waiting for your appointment because they're running late and you've been waiting for half an hour or maybe even more, I bet if we took a show of hands, every single one of us has had that happen to them before. Making appointments then sometimes causes a lot of anxiety, right? Because of that, because you don't know how long it's going to be. Are you going to be taking off of work? Are you going to get to your next place in time? And it seems to also cause anxiety, ironically, for the doctor, right? Because they call you 3 days before, they call you 1 day before. They don't call you enough to make sure you're still going to be there for your appointment. And I was also then thinking about a time earlier last fall, when I missed an appointment with someone who I had scheduled with a student of mine, a bat mitzvah student. And I got a call that afternoon. I had just come back from a run. I had totally blanked. There's no good reason that I had to miss that appointment, but we're all human, right? And sometimes you just mess up and you miss it. I felt pretty bad about it. And I felt pretty bad about it because I do realize that student's time is valuable. And I bet that our doctors also do realize that our time is valuable. So to me, there seems to be some connection, some disconnection between this anxiety around appointments, this fear about appointments, and the realization that our time is valuable. So I want to work on bridging those a little bit. And I think our Torah portion does that pretty well. The portion this week is about appointments. The word you'll hear when I chant in a few minutes, the word you'll hear very often is moadeh or moadim. And a moed is literally a meeting. We call the tent of meeting, the ohel moed, is the mishkan, the place where God literally met Moses to tell in the wilderness and where the tabernacle was held there. But this word is used basically for holidays. Like, these are God's holidays. So what this Torah portion is really suggesting to us then is that our holidays, whether they start with Shabbat or our festival holidays like Passover and Shavuot and Simchat Torah and Sukkot, and even Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, these are sort of our fixed appointments with God, with the Almighty. The good thing is, unlike our doctor, well, good or bad, you tell me, unlike our doctors, God is not going to call us 3 days before. God is not going to call us 2 weeks before to double check that we haven't forgotten our appointment. That's on us. But just as well, if we miss it, there's still always another one coming up. There's always a next Shabbat on the books. Because even if we were to miss next Shabbat, next Shavuot, next Sukkot, there is another chance to get back in, to see the doctor, so to speak, and find a way to make that time valuable. For me, that's one of the most beautiful things about our calendar, is that it gives us these reminders, fixed, built in, these appointments, these holy meeting times, that our time is valuable, and that God recognizes that our time is valuable, and that when we give that time back to each other, to our community, and maybe also to something beyond ourselves, that is a way closer to God, closer to each other, and closer to God. So, no, God doesn't have a secretary that's going to be calling us. And making sure we make those appointments, that kind of works on us to do. But tonight, what I hope for us all is that we might think about Shabbat, about holidays, as holy appointments. And that maybe we might give them a new sense of purpose, both in coming together as a community and in finding a way to reach out to something beyond ourselves.